ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो। पञ्चाकल्पतरुश्च कृपा सिन्धुभैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमोऽवदन्नाय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरतिसे नमः। जय रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्रीजीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ। यछय गोसाई करी चरण बंदन जयते विघ्ननाश अभीष्ट पुरन। महाभाव स्वरूपतम कृष्ण प्रिया परियसी भक्ति देवी राधिके तांग नमाम्यहम्। राधे वृंदावनाधीशे करुणामृतवाहिनी कृपया निजपदाब्ज दास्यं मह्यं प्रदीयताम्। वन्दे नन्दाव्रजस्त्रीणां पादर्णमभीक्ष्णसा जसाङ्घ्रि कथोद्गीतं पुनाति भुवनत्रयम्। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य दयाल प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि श्री गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। बोलो श्री गुरु जी महाराज की जय। गुरु परंपरा की जय। अंत अंत गुरु वैष्णव वृंद की जय। सरकार श्री गुरु की जय। गौर नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय। जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा सुदर्शन जीव की जय। भक्तवृंद विनाश शंकर नृसिंहदेव की जय। भक्तराज प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। सर्व विष्णुपद गिरिराज गोवर्धन जीव की जय। गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन जीव की जय। ब्रजमंडल धाम की जय। ब्रजवासी भक्तवृंद की जय। ब्रजेश्वरी मधेश्वरी प्राणेश्वरी श्रीमती राधा रानी की जय। ब्रजदेवीगण की जय। समवेत गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। प्रणाम संकीर्तन की जय। जय श्री राम प्रभु की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे। हम लोग
महाराज
So we're staying in Brajadam in the association of Brajparikars, trying to listen to their glories. So in sadhan, there is Vaidhi Marga sadhan and Ragmai sadhan. So when Jagadananda Pandit came to Mahaprabhu, then every time he'd have these loving quarrels with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. once he went to Navadvip, and there he bought this sandalwood oil from these trees. Anyhow, he got a lot of oil, full pot of sandalwood oil. So much difficulty he got this sandalwood oil in this way. Very difficult. Remove the oil from sandalwood is very difficult. This process of extracting, and this way you'll have to put a little, this way, as you have to put the wood in a pot and then boil this wood, and then gradually this oil comes out of the wood. Very difficult process. And anyhow, one pot was bought, and it all go in the Prabhu. Then Mahaprabhu whole night, day is doing kirtan. So do one thing, that when he rests, then you can use this oil to massage Mahaprabhu's head. Then Mahaprabhu asked Govinda, who bought this oil? He said, Jagadananda. Then go bring this, put this pot of oil there in Jagannath temple. This oil will be used to light a lamp there in front of Jagannath. Because if you just burn 1 liter of sandalwood oil, you'll get 16 kilos of oxygen. Very pure air. Sandalwood oil is very pure. Purifies the entire atmosphere. And if one's heart is very polluted, even the heart will become pure. If you have any disease, even this disease also will go away. Therefore, all the Westerners, they took the sandalwood away from India, and they patented it. They put a patent on it. They put a patent on neem leaves. They did everything. They took this basmati rice away. So they took everything away from India. And this oil from rice, everything they took away, and they put a patent on it. So this way, Mahaprabhu, he wouldn't accept this at any cost. Then he took this pot of oil and he threw it in front of Mahaprabhu. And he said, what is use of just breaking it? This way, this oil, when it was broken, this way, when this pot of oil is broken, so much fragrance will come from this oil for so much time. Then this place around Mahaprabhu would become very pure. Because then Mahaprabhu, he'd breathe this air, which had now become very pure. So now whoever would come to meet Mahaprabhu, they'd smell this fragrant sandalwood oil. And all their hearts would become pure before they met Mahaprabhu. Sometimes even his anger is seva for Mahaprabhu, for the pleasure of Mahaprabhu. Then he said it's very cold. Then even the ground became very cold. Then he made one blanket. Took some banana leaves, and then with his own nails he tore them apart, and then he stitched a mattress made of banana leaves. Because how could Mahaprabhu sleep on the ground? So Mahaprabhu's body is very soft. How can he sleep on this cold ground? So this way, Mahaprabhu, he said, alright, you made this, and after some time you'll also make a pillow for me, and then also one person who should massage me, masseur. Then people say, oh, very good sannyasi. You see, sannyasi, even if he commits a small, even there's a small spot on a white cloth, then this small spot is seen. Similarly, even if a slight transgression is seen on the sannyasi's part, then they say, oh, look at the sannyasi, what he's doing. See how he is secretly meeting with such and such person. This, that. They'll start spreading like wildfire then. Like you see, some ants were entering to Mahaprabhu's room during the rainy season. And Ramchandra Puri said, oh, why is this lie in the ants scene? Why are they entering inside Mahaprabhu's room? Because Mahaprabhu is eating sweets during the entire night. And anyhow, the ants are smelling this and they're eating. One boy would always come to meet Mahaprabhu. And then he listened to Mahaprabhu's kirtan. Mahaprabhu, he'd love him so much. Given this Jagannath Mahaprasad. Then Damodar Pandit, he could not tolerate this. They say he was a big scholar. And then he said, "Oh boy, why are you coming here? Don't come here." Because children will not listen. They're very stubborn. They'll go wherever they get love. Who can stop? You see, even if once a boy or a child loves someone, you never leave that person. Nature of a child. See, Damodar Pandit, anyhow, he'd come there. He'd see this boy always coming to have Darshana of Mahaprabhu. Then Damodar Pandit, he told Mahaprabhu, "Dad, why does this boy always come to see you?" And he said, "What is the harm in him coming to see me? What is the..." You see, the whole world comes and he listens to Bhagavad Katha, Hari Katha. What is his fault? And he said, "No, he should not come." So what is the reason? And Damodar Pandit didn't say anything. Then again he said, "For 4 days this boy should not come." He said, "What is the reason? What is the cause?" And then again after 4 days again he said, "You don't even say, and you're always telling me to stop this boy from seeing me." Then he said, "This boy who comes to see you, his mother's a widow. So this she's a widow. So when this boy comes, then they'll say, 'Oh, you like his mother, therefore his mother's coming, therefore his boy is coming.' Then they say, 'No, you're a sannyasi.' And everyone will say such things about you, Odisha. They'll say you love this boy because you love his mother." Then I would say, "Oh, Damodar, what are you saying?" So then, so Guruji would say that once this question came. And what was the question that came? There was a big learned assembly. And there, Mahaprabhu, he asked, this question was asked. All the Mayavadi sannyasis, they remove their Brahmin thread and their shika. They don't wear the tulsi mala, anything. They don't wear stitched cloth. And they say they don't light a fire, they don't cook for themselves. Anyhow, they'll accept Madhukari, Bhiksha. There are many rules like that for a sannyasi. Similarly, Babaji also, they also don't wear this Brahman thread, because Brahman thread is very heavy for them. So they don't wear this. And also, some Babajis keep the shika, but some don't. They say, Mahaprabhu, he left his shika, Brahman thread, so why should we wear this Brahman thread? Because this is like karma kanda, we don't follow. Because we have this Paramahamsa Vesh. So this is not proper. So what should be accepted and what should be rejected? So then Guruji would say that no, nothing should be rejected, but still you shall have to follow the footsteps, the Mahajans. Because the Shrutis, they have many opinions, the Rishi Maharshis have many opinions. So follow the Mahajans. Whatever the Mahajans have accepted, then that should be followed by us, or else. You see, the Paramahamsa, he has no wish. He can wear black cloth, yellow, white, anything he can wear. Even if he can wear a Brahmin thread, tilak, doesn't wear, he can do anything. him there is no consideration. Like Sri Rishabdev, he was an Bhagavata Shakti Avatar. He was an Avadut. He won't eat for like many months. He'd pass stool, he put the stool all over his body. So he wouldn't even bathe. He had matted locks of hair. And then from that line, the Jains came. They worship Rishabdev. And when Indra, when he came to steal the horse of Prithu Maharaj, and once he came dressed as a sannyasi, once he came dressed as a yogi, and they say every time he'd run away, he'd leave one disguise behind. And some followers would accept this wish. So Ravan also he appeared in the Siddhandi Vesh. So they say they're always trying to cheat. They say the Tantrics, the Kapaliks, all of them. They say all of them, they're learning this science of Maya. They can do anything. But the Paramahamsa, he has no wish. Madhinda Puri, Ishwar Puri, all are Mulacharyas from the Sampradayas. Madhacharya, Ramanuj, Vishnu Swami, Nimbaditya, all these Vaishnavacharyas, this path that they followed, we should follow that path as well. If we leave the path of the Vedas and we go on our own, then we'll be misguided. Srutis Vadi Puranadi Panchatrigi Vadi Vinay Kantiki Bhakti Rupattai Vakalpate. The result will be very fearsome. So we'll have to follow the vichar of the Acharyas. This path of the Vedas. Because if you think I'm a Paramahamsa, then how can you become a Paramahamsa? If you just think of yourself like that, and you're still a servant of lust, anger, greed. And then even if you're wandering as a sadhu and you're imparting instructions to others, then how will those instructions benefit others? And so you become a servant of common crowd. And just by dressing like that, you become free from these anarthas. Because one is still meditating on the objects of the senses. So and so you're associating with them. If you're meditating on Vishaya, then you're meditating on the Vishaya. You're setting on the Vishayas, and what will be the result? The result will be that gradually you lose intelligence by your wrath, anger. Intelligence will be destroyed, and then again you'll fall into samsara. This is the result of all meditating on Vishaya, objects of the senses. Like someone insults you, abuses you, criticizes you, then you'll remember that person always. You won't remember the Gita Bhagavat, but you'll remember what this person said. Harikatha Kirtan, therefore you will remember. You'll think, he's insulted me, he's abused me. You say, in front of everyone, he insulted me. You say, only you'll be remembering this all day and night. What will be the result? All these bad qualities of that person who has insulted you, it will enter your heart just by remembering him. Therefore, it is said, give up that which is unfavorable and accept that which is favorable. What do? We accept that which is unfavorable, not that which is favorable. And so all these anarthas come. Like someone slaps you, and then you'll never forget that person. Not for 1 or 2 days. So when Duryodhan, when he came to this place of the Pandavas, there Magdana were a very nice palace for the Pandavas. There was one place where it seemed there was water, but there was actually land. And there was one place where there was land, but it was covered by water. So sometimes he become very confused. And so Draupadi, she was laughing. when Duryodhan he stepped in one pond which he thought actually was land. Then she said, oh, even the father is blind and son is also blind. So then these words they pierced Duryodhan's heart. Then he said, oh, just see what you think of yourself. In front of everyone, I came to see a palace here and you have insulted me this way. This way you see, both the families that destroyed themselves in this Kurukshetra war. Only Parikshit was left behind, the last descendant. This is just because you meditate on Vishaya and you become a slave of Vishaya, you accept Vishaya, then you are actually destroying yourself. Because you can never forget the person, you can never forgive him. Saying, oh, why should I forgive him? Why should I bow down? And this way, what will be the result? And this way, you become already a slave of the others. Krishna is said in the Bhagavad Gita, Kuna Samudbhava. So, one who doesn't have any enemies in this world, but if he has this Rajogun, if he has this more of passion in his heart, then anger and lust will surely come. Because once your lust is not fulfilled, then you'll become angry. Once there's some obstruction in your sense enjoyment, then you become very angry. Oh, it is said, he says, I'll give you such a blessing that your head will fly away from your body. You'll be completely destroyed. That is this anger fire. Because why? Your lust has not been fulfilled. And where does this lust come from? From Rajagun. Even one who doesn't have enemies, even he'll have enemies then, if he becomes controlled by this Rajagun. Therefore, if someone says something, why should you accept what he's saying? If he says, let him say, it will go back to him. Whatever words he has spoken will go back to him. If you accept what he's saying, then you'll be burnt by the words he has spoken. And if you don't accept, then you'll be happy. What will you see, what will a mad person not say? And what will a goat not eat? You say, goat, it eats anything. It eats chilies, anything it will eat. Useless animal. And you see a crazy man, he just speaks uselessly. So, pagal ki na khaye, na pagal ki na kohe, chagal ki na khaye. So this way, what can you, why should you accept these words? Therefore, it is very essential to reject that which is unfavorable. Only accepting that which is favorable will not do. Then even you accept that which is favorable and that which is unfavorable will come and cover your heart. Then you'll never forget, then you'll keep remembering that person or that thing while chanting, while eating, that he came here, just see, he gave me this plate and just see what all he said. Then let me go and I'll burn his room completely. Then they say, how can he even speak like that to me? How can she speak like that to me? And they say the big Mahabharat. But you should learn to forgive and be patient. Why? Because so much Rajogun in the heart. Therefore, Krishna, he would always say that the Mahajans, so one should not act, see if there's something auspicious to be done, do it immediately. But if there's something inauspicious to be done, then that should be avoided. This Shubha Karya should be done immediately. And then for that which is Ashubha, then delay it as much as you can. Then forget all these things. Why should we waste our life, our time, and all these things? So what will the Mayavadis do? Babajis do? And people of this world, why should we be responsible for what they're doing? Saying, oh, he's doing so many bad things. In Vrindavan, they say no need to even follow So eat this also on Ekadashi. Give this Bhagavad Prasad to 11 senses. They don't follow Ekadashi. They don't let others do also. They themselves will not do it. They say that some sampradayas like that. So if we follow them, then what will we have? For who are the Mahajans? Shambhu, Narad Shambhu, Kumara Kapila Muni, Prahlad, Janaka Bhishma, Balir Vaya Sakhi Vayam. They say they are the 12 Mahajans. Vayasaki, Sukadev, Swami, Prahlad, Janak Maharaj, Bhishma, Shambhu, Brahma, Shambhu, Shivji, Narad, Jam Maharaj, all these 12, they are the Mahajans. So whatever path they have traversed, we should follow in their footsteps. In Kali Yuga, Maharaj said that any mantra is not accepted according to Sampradaya, they will be fruitless. This is the 4 Vaishnava Sampradayas. Sri Brahma, Sri Sampradaya, Brahma Sampradaya, number 10 Vishnu Swami Sampradaya. These 4 Sampradayas are present. Any mantra should be accepted from them. Then we can be delivered. Or else, if we accept from here and there, then how will the mantra bear fruit? Because they don't follow the Shastras. Some of them practice black magic. Such speculations should not be followed. So Maharaj said, don't accept their ideal. Once Premananda Bharati, he came to Mahaprabhu. Then everyone said, oh, the Premananda Bharati has come to see you, Mahaprabhu. And he said, alright, give him an asan, I'm coming. Then Mahaprabhu came out of the Gambhira to see him, to have his darshan. So there he saw that he had worn this tiger skin around him. So he had worn this way to cover his body. Then Mahaprabhu said, who where is Premananda Bharati? He's standing in front of you. He said, this is not Premananda Bharati. This is not possible. If one wears this tiger skin around him, then how is he a sannyasi? This is not dharma of the sannyasis. This is tamasi. So he became very embarrassed. Then he dressed as a sannyasi, and then when he came before Mahaprabhu, then Mahaprabhu acknowledged him. So if our ideal is not pure, then how will the others be inspired? I should put this Gopi Chandan, but we say no. Everything is Chandan. Even Brajaraj, the dust of Raj is Chandan. Put this dust of Raj as Chandan. Or put something else. So let's bring coal, and then we bring a piece of coal, and say, I'll take this coal and I put a black tilak on my forehead. They say, this will not do. When he starts his own philosophy according to his speculation. So Maharaj, he said, when Sanatana Goswami came to Varanasi, then Mahaprabhu, he said, he told Chandrasekhar Acharya and Tapan Mishra, some sadhu has come, some Mahan Vaishnava, bring him to me. He said, they looked everywhere but they could not find anyone. They said, he's waiting at your doorstep. So still bring him here. They said, there's no one here, there's a beggar there standing. He has a big beard, long hair, he's put a chadar around himself. Bring him here. Bring this beggar here. Then, because at the time, the Brahmins would not let any Muslim come inside their house. And a Muslim will enter their house, then they clean the entire house with cow dung and cow urine. In Jagannath Puri, it is said that even if a They said even if a mlechar touches one of the pandas, then for 3 days they fast from water and food. Therefore, during Mahaprabhu's time, Haridas Thakur never went in front of the pandas. Even Sanatana Goswami never went on the main road. One day, Mahaprabhu invited him to take Mahaprasad at Tota Gopinath temple. So, Mahaprabhu wanted to see where Sanatana Goswami was coming. So, in the month of May, very hot, then he was walking on the sand, avoiding the main road. And he had these sores all over his feet, blisters all over his feet. Then he said, why did you come on the banks of the ocean? Why not main road? He said, because if I come there, then so many Panda Pujaris are there, Brahman Devatas. Because of me, they'll have to fast for 3 days and 3 nights, so I cannot go on that main road. They have to change their Jinu, their Brahman thread, remove your Shika. So why should I be responsible for them to suffer like this? So I came on the ocean bank. The sand was very hot, so there he had big blisters on his feet. Big blisters. And their feet had been burnt. So Mahaprabhu had told him, you must take Mahaprasad. So there he came that way. In that time, Mahaprabhu, he didn't tell Haridas Thakur also, let's go to the Jagannath temple. Because Mahaprabhu understood. And Haridas Thakur, just looking at the Jagannath Sudarshan Chakra, he offered pranams. And then Mahaprabhu, he'd bring every day, the prasadi garland of Jagannath Dev, his prasad. So Jagannath himself was bringing everything to Haridas Thakur. They only have Darshana Jagannath during the Rath Yatra time. But still, even then the Pandas, when Jagannath would go to the Gundicha temple, then this is Bodo Shringar Vesh, where they remove his entire cloth, and then they do his Abhishek, and they bathe him with water from so many tirthas, and until then they don't open the temple. You see, this way, even when he returns from Gundicha to Niladri, the main temple, this way they bathe him, they perform Abhishek, they perform so many things. And the same thing happens when he comes from this way, they again place him on the Singhasan there in the Jagannath temple. And he returns from Gundicha. Because they say, many considerations. But Tulsidas, what is he said? That one who does Hari Bhajan, there is no consideration of any such things. Because one who is really humble at heart, who is a Pandita, he sees everyone equally. He doesn't look at the flesh and bones. He doesn't look at any other thing. One who by this Anurag, who serves like this way, with Bhagavan, with such Anurag, such Premijans are very dear to Bhagavan. Therefore Bhagavan, he doesn't care about all these things. This caste greed. But the smarta which are sometimes the orthodox, which are that things of, they have such considerations. But still Mahaprabhu, respecting them, he did not take anyone to Jagannath temple. He take them to Gopinath temple. Because Tota Gopinath was also there. So they all have darshan of Gopinath. It is the same as having darshan of Jagannath. And once a year during Rath Yatra, they have darshan of Jagannath from far. Because even then they did not go near the Pandas. The entire place is cordoned. And then first the Pandas surround the chariot. And then all these Daitas, very strong, they pull the chariot. Then the police surround, and then the ordinary people, they pull the chariot. But even then, they'd have darshan of Jagannath from very far. So Maharaj, he said that during Mahaprabhu's time, he also followed all these rules. So when Sanatana Goswami appeared as a beggar, then Mahaprabhu called him inside. And he said, alright, now you go and you shave all this extra hair. Shave your head and come. So then he went in and he shaved his head. He took a bath in the Ganga, he bathed in the Ganga, and then he turned to Mahaprabhu. So then he told Tapan Mishra Then give him some cloth of yours. So then he bought some new cloth. And he said, no, I'm not suitable for this new cloth. You give me some old cloth of yours. Because if I wear some new cloth, then again some pratishtha might come. So what has been used by the bhaktas, that I'll use. Because Uddhava had prayed to Krishna, that, oh Krishna, when can you give me some of your remnants, such as your garlands, your cloth, your remnants? This is the easiest way to conquer Maya. So then he said, until now I've eaten your remnants, I've worn your prasadi cloth, your prasadi garland. Now that I've stayed with you, Maya can never touch me. Uddhava told Krishna. So then he told Krishna, you're leaving me, so how can I conquer, how can I be saved from Maya? So they say, Sanatana Goswami, he said, that I was in Maya. So kindly give me the remnants of your bhaktas. So then I knew Tapan Mishra gave him an old cloth. And that was divided into two pieces of cloth. One he made a door coping, and then one he made a Bhairvasana Taliya. And old Mahaprabhu said he'd keep looking at Sanatana Goswami because he was wearing a blanket, a silken blanket. When he came to Sonpur, when he was coming from there, from Ramkeli to there in Sonpur, he met his brother-in-law, Srikanto. He used to work for the king. So he would sell horses. So he came there to Sonpur. So then there he saw, who was this person who has appeared as a beggar. Then he realized, oh, this is my brother-in-law, Sanatana Goswami. So he's going to Vrindavan, so it's going to be very cold there. So then he gave him a blanket, a shawl. Maharaj was looking at this. And what did he say? He understood. There on the banks of the Ganga, there are all these beggars who live there. What do? They take their old cloth and they make a hut from it, and they cover themselves with this old cloth. So then they were drying one of these old cloths there. Sanatana Goswami said, give me your blanket, give me your old cloth and take my blanket in return. He said, oh, very respectable gentleman, why are you joking with me this way? He said, no, I'm speaking the truth. Give me this one of your old rag, stone cloth, and you take mine. And they said, then he gave his, and Sanatana Goswami gave his to him. Then Mahaprabhu became very happy seeing him dressed in this way. See, Vairagya should always do engage in this kirtan. And eat whatever little he gets. And they say he can conquer the urges of his tongue and mind, or else if one is a Vairagi, then you think, oh, I'll eat nice food, I'll dress very nicely. And this is Raghunath Das Goswami. He asked Mahaprabhu for instructions, and the Mahaprabhu gave this instruction: don't eat nicely, don't dress nicely, be humble, and always chant Harinam, and think of Radha Krishna and Braj within your mind. Because if you're dressing nicely and eating very nicely, then you'll have this passionate conceptions within your mind. And all these passionate qualities will enter your heart. Then how can you control yourself? Now you're impassioned. So you'll think, oh, I'll eat very hot food, I'll eat very nicely. So Goswami sometimes I'll eat dry chickpeas, and sometimes not even that. When we go with Maharaj, it was so hot, they cannot even come out. There are some Babajis inside their cottages, the Bhajan cottages. And Maharaj goes, I don't even have any place to sit. Then I enter their Bhajan cottages. They said, you come from so far. So then they went to last to Madhukari, or 1 month before. And they said they bought these big rotis. And then they soaked it in buttermilk. So now they cannot go for Madhukari in the hot sun. So they take a dry roti and then soak it in this buttermilk. And they become very big. And then they eat one of these rotis. And then they gave Gurudev also one of these rotis. and you put one of these rotis in your mouth will burn because it's so sour. That's why they mix it with, even when we mix it with 1 liter, 2 liter water, still it was very sour. Why? Because they mixed with this buttermilk. And that's why they eat one of these rotis, a small piece of such rotis, and do bhajan. And here you say, oh, you want your hot rotis. You say, oh, you gave me food from yesterday night. Who do you think you are? So they say, how can you do bhajan if you think like this? Just as one always has the qualities of association he is in, then according to that association, you'll also become like that person. How will you control your senses then? If you're always thinking like this, if you're always trying to satisfy your senses, thinking how can I enjoy more, and how can you possibly control yourself? Therefore Mahaprabhu, he gave him this dress of a mendicant. Now we cannot be such a Paramahamsa. Then see the Goswamis, sometimes dry chickpeas and sometimes not even that, and they do bhajan. But look at our condition. They never even had an ashram, temple, nothing. They just go somewhere, just underneath a tree, or go to some small room and just stay there and do bhajan. But we are not in the stage of Paramahamsa. The Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written the different kinds of sannyasis: Kutichak, Baudak, Hansa and Paramahamsa. The 4 kinds of bhajan performed. These 4 kinds of personalities. Paramahamsa is really not easily had. Kutichak means he stays in one kutir. And then he gets Madhukari, he gets Madhukari. If he gets some atta bhiksha, some rice, then something he does, and then he offers bhoga and he honors Mahaprasad. And then they say he is a Gostan and he does Katha Kirtan. And they say he makes everything very favorable for him. Because Vaishnava means he is always very vigilant about avoiding asatsang. If you are alone by yourself, then automatically you'll meet some people. You cannot stay silent. You'll meet some people who might even harm your spiritual life. So stay with the bhaktas, and they say you can advance. And whatever Mahaprasad is made, don't go first and steal it. Take away, everyone is honoring Mahaprasad. This means you're taking the remnants. Because what is the role of a bhakta? He always takes the remnants of others. And this way when you do Kutichaka, then when you'll advance, you'll become Baudak. By Bhagavan's desire, then you will become transcendental to mundane understandings. And then wherever he goes, you'll get something, and get some water, eat something, and do your bhajan, and don't disturb anyone. I mean, anyhow, you should sustain your life without disturbing others. For your own food, for your own enjoyment, don't disturb anyone. So they say if you become Bhagadak this way, then you become a Hansa. And they say, if you give a swan milk mixed with water, what will it do? It will separate the milk from the water. It will drink the milk and won't care for the water. So such a state should come, where you must think what is proper, what is improper, what is favorable, what is unfavorable. Then you will be very advanced, exalted. Then you will think what is favorable for bhajan, what is unfavorable, what should I talk to, what should I not talk, or what should I accept, what should I reject. You will have all these proper understandings. And Shastra will say Tamasic Puran, Rajasic Puran, Sattvic Puran. And he says that no, not just this. You must also, this Ved is of 3 modes. So even the Vedas cannot deliver you. Shri didn't tell us Nirgun Tattva. So then in Hansa stage one can know all these things. And then one becomes a Paramahamsa. And there's a Paramahamsa stage. Then whatever has been thrown In the cemetery, he takes the cloth of those who are deceased. He wears that cloth. Therefore, Paramahamsa has no consideration. He can wear any cloth. Therefore, in PM.Pujyapad, this five essential essays, Gurudev is described. So the Maharajas, Bharajis have no proper vesha actually. In the Shastras, there is Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyasi. Not that if one doesn't become a Grihastha and if it becomes a Brahmachari name, then this is also not proper. This wealth of this body is a wealth. They say this Brahmacharya means this body becomes a place for Bhagavan to ponder. Means you have offered your very body as his dwelling place. You promised that no one else has any authority on my body except Sri Hari, Parabrahma. So you accept Diksha from Guru as your father and Gayatri is your mother. And this way you offer yourself as Bhagavan. This is a place for Bhagavan's wandering. Means he rests in your heart, in your body. But do we really have, if you're really a brahmachari, then do you really have a place for Bhagavan in your heart? If Bhagavan, he comes and tells you, can I wander in your heart? Can you allow him? Or else even being a brahmachari, your heart is going here and there. How are you a brahmachari? You're the opposite then. Brahmachari. You'll only be a brahmachari if you don't listen to anything else, if you don't see anything else, if you don't speak anything else, except the darshan of Bhagavan, the harikatha of Bhagavan, the kirtan of Bhagavan. See, the fruit of having eyes to listen to having a tongue is to do kirtan. See, Ambarish Maharaj, despite being a householder, nothing else will come in the path of your remembrance. You will not remember anything except Bhagavan and his bhaktas. When will this come? When Bhagavan has accepted the seva. Then you are really a brahmachari. Because I am a brahmachari. You are a brahmachari. So, a grihasthi also has been described. Vanaprasthi. For the Vanaprasthis, it is said, I am inclined to follow it, and I know what adharma is, but I cannot desist from following adharma. Why am I doing like this? Because you are the controller of my senses. Why do I not follow dharma? Because of you. And why do I follow adharma? That is also because of you.